Hi there, my name's Scott Meenagh. I am, probably as Colin has told you, I'm a double above knee amputee. I was wounded in Afghanistan in 2011 while serving with the 2nd Battalion, the Parachute Regiment. Throughout my rehab, I got to try a lot of different opportunities. I got to do all sorts of sporting expeditions with battle back and spending a lot of time with wounded soldiers. I learned a whole bunch of different skills, and battleback's a fantastic way to reinstil that confidence that a soldier loses when they experience such life-changing injuries. But I think one of my main passions always was working with young people. It's something I'd done beforehand, and I had a strong drive to do post-injury as well. I was introduced to Colin whilst working with a charity in a Boyne, and straight away I seen a real good opportunity to pursue that want to work with young people. We've done a few kind of one-to-one sessions working with horseback and other kind of group sessions with the kids. But it wasn't until I went on to the Cross Scotland Challenge, which we done from Meenagh to Aberdeen, which was a fantastic opportunity. With myself and a man called Paul Burns. He was another soldier who was wounded a lot further back than myself. He was wounded in 1979, again serving with two para. So we had a very wide variety, a very kind of wide range group of veteran, both having experienced life changing injuries and both having a different kind of outlook on life. You know, obviously Paul had spent a lot longer post wounded, and myself, who was quite recently wounded in a more recent conflict. So we set off mainly. I think it started off as a challenge for ourselves. We looked to push ourselves and see what we could do, and what parts of it we could actually like complete. And I don't think it was until we met the kids on the first day, and we were kind of standing around in a big circle at the campsite in Meenagh before we set off. We were throwing a rugby ball around. We were getting to know the kids. They were getting to know us. That I think Paul and I had very quickly realised that this was going to be an extremely special experience. Like meeting these young people and seeing the way in which they reacted to ourselves and how they kind of looked beyond injury, and they could really just appreciate the kind of person you were. And I feel that they just really enjoyed the company of the veterans who were along with them. One of the kind of massive points for me was when we done a bit of a hand cycle, and it got a bit off road, and I think that the kids took it amongst themselves. They weren't led by anyone. Paul and I were struggling very seriously with the hills, and what the kids done was they worked out a system where they would send a group forward who would go to the top of the hill, drop their bikes off, come back down, and then help push Paul and I back up to the top of the hill. And they really, they were very inclusive. Never once were they standoffish. I feel that there was a lot of barriers naturally just broken down working with that group and being integrated and being able to just have a chat. And it was such a special moment when we seen those kids taking, and I think Colin will agree himself, seeing how they reacted to us and taking ownership for like our needs. You know, they really helped us and made us feel very much a part of the trip. And I think as the expedition kind of continued, we've seen that in many different forms. Whether it was helping us put a tent up, whether it was helping us kind of get our bikes sorted, or making sure we'd been included in all the kind of group activities. But it went both ways as well. Obviously, we'd lead a lot of activities, and at points, obviously share a fair amount of the knowledge and experience that we'd gained, both in our military careers and through dealing with some of the adversity that we had. So I felt that it was a very unique environment, and I don't think that I realised how much it was going to change me. And I think Paul would have agreed. Sadly, Paul's passed on since, quite tragically, and quite soon after the expedition. and I'm sure a lot of the kids were quite upset by that because it was so sudden, and they'd obviously grown so fond of him and his three-legged dog called Fudge, which was also a real talking point amongst the group. And I think she definitely brought her own little dynamic to the group. So yeah, it was really cool. And I just feel that there's a real veterans want to work in the outdoors. Veterans love working with young people. It's the three top areas that you ask a veteran if they want to work: it's sport, the outdoors, and working with young people. And I feel that there's a huge benefit in one, outdoor education, and two, sharing this wealth of knowledge between people who've gone through one, a fair amount of life experience and gained like or kind of triumphed through adversity, and people who have had to really deal with problems in their lives, you know. And that's, I think they bring a certain magic or a certain spark about them that you're not necessarily going to find in a classroom, kind of teaching your regular curriculum. And if, there's such a strength, and I think more so, and again, it's a two-way street. Like the lessons I was taught by the younger generation, you know, the resilience of them, the morale that they brought. They were just such a fantastic group of kids, and everyone came. Like, they weren't all kind of perfect. Everyone had their own challenges. Everyone suffered a bit of adversity or a bit of kind of hardship on the expedition, but yet we all seemed to come together. And I think just that chemistry and the balance created by having veterans and guys who'd gone through adversity, and then kind of these young people who really wanted to achieve and to help was awesome. I feel that it would be a real, I don't know, it was such a benefit to having those people involved and working together in the future. And I think it's definitely something that could help veterans progress in their careers and also gain valuable kind of confidence and life skills, which may help them progress on to one, a job, or two, it may just help them in the recovery in terms of regaining that confidence that they once lost. You know, that charisma, working with young people, like sharing the knowledge and experience that they've gained through their lives in the military and through the tough rehabilitation process they've gone through. You know, I feel there's a lot to be said for life skills. I feel really strongly. Obviously, I'm currently away training with the Great Britain rowing team, and I'm quite busy with my training and stuff at the moment. But I feel very, very strongly about this setup, and I feel that it's definitely the kind of line of work that I very much want to go into in the future when I leave sport, and I want to support it in every way I can. So please give us all the support you can, and if there's any questions or queries, feel free to contact me. Colin can give you my contact details, and I hope to meet you all again soon. Thank you.